enjoyed the space. Stoked to be here. I just wanted to dial in and quickly announce, like today is day one. We've officially launched our beta version of Everyday Entrepreneurs. Ooh, yay. It's freaking awesome. And I just want to do a shout out to everybody that's been involved thus far. A whole bunch of clients, we've been on a journey for some time now, and you know who you are. To celebrate, I wanted to announce that on Wednesday, 7 p.m, I've got a masterclass that I'm running, which is how to build a business using flow. And this is particularly important because this is a huge part of like how this program that we're offering, our Everyday Entrepreneurs program, is different than any other program that's on the market, and why this is a program that you really want to tune into. Because the reality is burnout's real. I've seen the nasty side of it over the years. We have to prepare ourselves for the long game in being an entrepreneur. So whilst we often come into this with an idea, the reality is our idea may not be any good. And it's not for me to say whether your idea is any good or not. The market determines that. And so preparing ourselves for the long game, there's a whole bunch of strategies that we teach you of how to actually preserve your resources, time, money, and energy, so that you can play the long game. And what I see though is there's so many people out there, they're focusing on building, they've got an idea, it's the one idea, it needs to be the one idea, and they start building a business around that before they've even got any inclination about building revenue. So we flip that, we focus on building revenue. We play the long game. We see what's going to work, how the market responds. And not only that, you're going to tap into a tribe of other awesome people that are doing the same thing. So super stoked to have officially out there now, and hope you can join us for a webinar on Wednesday, the masterclass on how to start business using flow, to give you like a little taste of it, what you can expect in being involved in Everyday Entrepreneurs. This is like the fundamentals. I'm not sure if you've ever come across this. I know if you've been or been to any talks that I've done, you may be familiar with this, but fundamentally we move through different brainwave states throughout the course of a normal day, from being wide awake to being sound asleep. And there's 5 predominant ones: gamma, beta, alpha, theta, and delta. I'm not going to unpack them in too much detail, but I just wanted to give you a little insight. And for me, this is really, really profound. It's something that changed my life as a long-term meditator. I wanted to really understand what was actually happening, because what I was learning is, like, as I was someone that would find themselves overwhelmed, stressed, feeling busy, and feeling my attention being darted all over the place and not being able to focus on a single task, so therefore losing productivity, so low quality of work, low output, and just feeling generally frazzled at the end of the day. But then if I was to sit and meditate, learn how to actually, and what I learned is that I was bringing my state down. I was shifting my brainwave state from this electrical storm to some sort of coherence. So shifting it down into this alpha state, which is a flow-like state. It's a state we experience because we cycle throughout being throughout a sleep cycle, from being sound asleep to being wide awake into our waking state and then going back to sleep. So alpha is something that we cycle up out of in the morning. So often, before the distractions and interruptions of the day, we can get some work done, almost like a day's worth of work done before the distractions and interruptions start. Or then, you go into work and then distraction. Before you know it, your head's all over the place and you can't barely focus or get any work done. It's then that you take all your work home at the end of the day and do it once the distractions and interruptions of the day start. You can see how this perpetuates a really nasty cycle. And if someone's preparing, like gearing up to play the long game, and that's what Everyday Entrepreneurs is about, it's a lifestyle. It's like, how do we take control of our attention? How do we maximize this state here? And then even dropping down lower into theta, how do we access these consciously? Because theta is where we have a greater sense of connection to self, greater sense of meaning. Like often when I have conversations around purpose with people, I say, you can't think your way to your purpose here, because you know what, your head's making too much freaking noise. It's about being internally in silence. So by silencing that through a practice like meditation, not exclusively meditation, you can tap into a greater sense of meaning, because you can hear your intuition, you can hear your instinct, and you're able to listen in to who you are. So it's developing that practice. So imagine creating a business from this space, as opposed to being lost in this constant clusterfuck of mental noise that most of us experience on a day-to-day basis. This is what I'm saying to you. This is what part of being an everyday entrepreneur is about creating a business from flow, creating a business from this space. And then Delta, just to close the loop, is a deep dreamless sleep. It's the bottom end of the sleep cycle. Human growth hormones release, great for regeneration, storing memories, that sort of thing. One thing I haven't talked about is gamma. This is a whole other thing. It's like gamma is insight. It's like an aha moment. I actually haven't filled it in, but it's like when you have an idea, you have a gamma spike. And there's so a lot of science on this. I'm going to start bringing people in to interview and help you to really appreciate the power of this. The thing about gamma is you're preceded by alpha, so you'll be in an alpha state, in a flow-like state, and then little data bits will just come together and boom, gamma spike, and then you have an idea, you have an aha moment. So you don't get your best ideas, problem solving, sitting in front of your computer with your head in a freaking train wreck. It's in this state here. So this is what I want to just share with you. This is how we build a business using flow. It's like, it's a new way of being, it's a new way of approaching business, and this is what we're bringing to the market. And I'm freaking excited because you know what? You create from this space, and you don't go home at the end of the day going, oh my God, I need a bottle of scotch to bring me out of here down to here. It's like, you're ready to go. And if you do find yourself here, which inevitably you will because the world's busy, it's about teaching you the tools, intervention tools that can bring you from here down into here. So anyway, that's a quick shout out. I hope to see you on the masterclass. It's this coming Wednesday, 7 o'clock. There's a link to register in the comments or in the message here below. That's it for me. Huge shout out, big love. Talk soon. Bye.